All right. Today I want to keep it honest and I want to keep it real about the risks and the costs and the sacrifices that it takes to enter the mergers and acquisition space. And there's a lot of realities about it where it is really not for everyone. And if I've got to sit here and try and motivate you as to why you're going to have a good life, man, you should do it, you should do it. You should turn the video off now, unfollow me, never hear from me again, and just go back to working your job and settle for being average, really. Because if you're not willing to sacrifice family and friends, public holidays, birthdays, Christmases, if you're not willing to sleep on a hardwood floor for an extended period of time, on a punctured mattress, on the dental surgery floor, if you're not willing to have those moments where you're staring at the ceiling and you're going, fuck, am I going crazy? Can I really do it? Maybe this, and then quitting, this isn't for you. This is not for the faint of heart. This is for people who have massive goals and believe in themselves unwaveringly and believe that there is a brighter future out there for them. That's who this is for. I'm not here to appeal to the masses of men. I'm here to really appeal to the top 1% of men. Even the top 10% of men, it's a push. In order to do this, you've got to have big balls. You've got to be willing to put your nuts on the chopping board, sign personal guarantees, sign on the dotted line. And additionally, you've got to have organizational skills, and you've got to be tough because you've got to manage people. You've got to manage forces that are coming in all directions. People are always trying to take a nip at your heels, always trying to take a bite, legal threats. You're going to get all that. You're going to get haters. You're going to get jealous people. You'll have family members as well. Because remember, your board and the people that you recruit are not going to be your family. And they're not going to be your friends. They are going to be business partners and they are going to be independent of each other. And when you're breaking these kinds of barriers and building generational wealth that your family has never seen before, for the majority of you, a lot of your family are hardly even have multi-million-dollar portfolios. This goes far beyond that. This is truly generational wealth that you can achieve in a short amount of time if you're willing to make the sacrifices. And when you achieve generational wealth of this magnitude, this is peeing in the tall, long grass. This is helicopter and private jet, mansions and estate type shit, level, status. And when you achieve that kind of status, you'll have family members that may seemingly be innocent and trying to help you, but there will be a level of criticism. And there will also be a sense of feeling from them that you're not coming to them for advice. And that in and of itself, they will find insulting. They will be offended by it, try to stay relevant to you, especially those family members that once saw themselves as a godlike figure in your life, as the ultimate answer of truth. For you to not go to them for advice and seek external advice from people that actually have a track record, it can be very offensive and it can alienate them, or more importantly, alienate yourself and ostracize you from social circles, family groups, family invites, group invites, social events, all these kinds of things. Be prepared for a period of time in the unit of years where you're going to need to Be emotionally tough and not cave in. You've got to want this more than you want everything else. You've got to want this more than being social. You've got to want this more than partying. You've got to want this more than spending more than you earn. Living beyond your means. For a period of time there, you've got to live within your means. Because everyone's going to get paid first before you. You don't mind getting paid last as long as you get paid most. And that is the premise of the acquisition system. Yes, you'll be able to generate an income. Yes, you'll most likely be a millionaire after your first deal. But the real payoff is the exit. Remember, you're going to be buying businesses at as an example, and as probably a norm, 3 to 4 times EBITDA or 3 to 4 times cash flow. Remember that depending on the timing of the market and the market cycle, you're going to be doing an exit at 5, 10, up to 15 times earnings. So think about that. Business makes 600,000 and you're going to be selling it for 3 million for one business. Multiply that out. Starting to get my drift? Are you willing to make those sacrifices? How bad do you fucking want it? Are you a psychopath of your motherfucking goals? And do you have an unwavering belief in yourself? And do you have a true desire for a better life? If you truly do, you'll do whatever it takes. It'll mean to you like oxygen in your fucking lungs. That's how important it will be. You have to want it so bad as you fucking breathe. That's how bad you have to want this. And I can't convince you to think like that. You've either got it or you don't. You're either a born warrior with true desire and fire in your belly, or you're not. And most people care too much about what other people think. They can't make these kind of sacrifices in the short term. For many reasons. They don't have the work ethic, they don't want it that bad, or even more poisonally, worried about what other people think about them, being judged during the transition phase, worried about fitting in, being accepted. I want to be invited to all the birthday parties and I don't want to do that. And if you have a girlfriend or a wife, the chances of, and a family, the chances of you making it successful in this area are an order of magnitude lower. The most ideal profile for someone to do this, you can do it at any age. But you have to be in control of your own decisions. And you can't be the type of person that, I'm going to ask Mum about this. Should I do what Dan's saying? I have to ask Dad about this. I have to ask my wife about it. If you're that type of person, forget about it now. If you're the type of person that says, this is what I'm going to order, not, can I please, what are the oysters like? I'll take the oysters. I'm going to get the lobster tonight. I'll take that. If you're that type of person that is a commander and knows what he wants clearly, and there's no ambiguity, there's no indecision, there's no uncertainty in your tone, there's no snicker of self-doubt. Of course you have no fucking idea what you're doing. But as long as you even delusionally think that you know what the fuck you're doing, and at least you are delusionally knowing that you're going to get to the end result. You don't have to know how you're going to get there. You just have to know and believe that you are going to get there. Big goals, they're yours. You will achieve them, or die trying.